Hi guys, my name is Paul Pack. I'm a writing teacher at Mr. Books Club. And today we're going to be talking about the summary. Okay. First of all, you really need to be aware of what a summary actually is. Okay. Now, oftentimes we say summary a lot, but a lot of students aren't really clear. So, to get this perfectly clear, I'll try to explain as well as I can. A summary is basically a re-explanation, a reiteration, a rewording of somebody else's ideas, another person's essay, another person's article. It could be on a book. It can be on a number of things. Okay. Now, summary basically will always be shorter than the original. If it's longer than the original, you have some problems. Okay. You've written too much. Okay. A summary has to be shorter, more concise, more to the point, focuses on only the big ideas, the most important ideas of what you've read. Okay? Now, when we talk about summaries, we also have to remember that we do not copy other people's writings. Okay? If we do, we have to quote them. We have to put them in quotation marks, right? But for the most part, we want to avoid this. Why? Because quoting is very easy. I can quote and copy anybody's writing, but it doesn't show anything about what I know. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, the idea is when you summarize, you want to show other people that you understand the article, or you understand the essay, or you understand the book, right? So, quoting doesn't help you. Okay? You want to avoid it as much as you can. If you quote, just quote big words. Important words, okay? One or two very important words. Other than that, avoid it, okay? And when you summarize also, basically, I guess this is kind of a very interesting point here, paraphrasing. Now, paraphrasing means that you take all the stuff that you read and then reword it in your head in your own words, right? That's basically what I've been saying this whole time. That's what we call paraphrasing. Okay? Summary is a lot of paraphrasing. You just explain or re-explain or reiterate or restate or say in your own words what you've read before. Okay? I hope that's all very clear. And if it's not, we'll cover it again some other time. But we really need to get into the writing part of the summary. Okay? When you write a summary, there's a few things you need to talk about. Okay? Like, again, don't quote too much. Quotation marks, bad. Don't want to do that. Okay? Now, when somebody gives you an article or an essay or some kind of long piece of writing, for the most part, it's going to be nonfiction or some type of fiction. Rarely it'll be fiction, but most of the time it'll be nonfiction. Okay? And that person, whoever he or she is, has written a long kind of description about a topic. Okay. The topic will be anywhere from animals to activities to sports to any kind of employment or career. It can be anything. Okay. For instance, you'll probably be looking at one on bats, like those winged creatures, the bats, right? They go, right? We all don't like them for some reason. They're kind of scary. But the article will tell you why it's misunderstood animal. So that's pretty much the topic, bats, and what they are and why we misunderstand them. Now, a good writer will always provide that main idea in the first paragraph of their writing. Okay? So if you're not exactly sure what the huge point or the main idea of the whole article or essay, pay attention very closely to their first paragraph, that introductory paragraph. Okay? Within that introductory paragraph, they will tell you their point. They will tell you the main reason why they're writing this article. Okay? So if it's on bats, it'll probably tell you this is going to be on the characteristics of bats and why they're good or why they're bad or why we really should understand them better. Okay? That's simple, right? Just pay close attention to the first paragraph. That'll give you all the basic information you'll need about the essay as a whole. Okay? Now, when you come down to summarizing it, okay, when you summarize, this article. Basically, each article will have a bunch of paragraphs, several paragraphs, 5 to 6, 5 to 7, it doesn't matter. But make sure yours is short, okay? And the best way to organize your summary is to follow the structure of their report, okay? Their report is structured in such a way where each paragraph, right, will have its own topic. So the introductory paragraph will be the main idea of the whole article. The next paragraph will probably be on characteristics or physical characteristics, other ideas, right? Then maybe it'll be the benefits, and then maybe it'll be the cons or the things that aren't good about this, right? And then a summary, just to kind of wrap everything up together. Your summary, your rewritten summary, will be similar to that. Your first paragraph will be the main idea. You don't have to write a lot, okay? Just kind of summarize that one paragraph. The next paragraph will summarize another paragraph, and so on and so on. Just follow their structure. Make sure you don't rewrite a lot of what they write, okay? Tell me the important parts of each paragraph, okay? Just focus on that stuff, right? Other things you should be aware of. Avoid minor details, okay? So say it's on bats, and there's a paragraph where it tells you a lot of different types of bats, like names and stuff. That's not really that important. I don't really need to know a whole lot of different names of bats, right? Or different types of bears, or kites, or cars, right? Names of cars. If I'm going to be writing about cars, you can say Toyota, Honda, Ford, blah, blah, blah. You don't need all those names. It's not really that important, okay? The point is that there's many types of cars, right? And that's kind of what you want to be talking about, right? Why are those differences important, okay? Lastly, at the end, when you write a conclusion, just kind of summarize your own report, okay? Like, you're following the structure of the other report, of the other essay or the article, you do the same. And in your conclusion, you focus more on what you said, okay? And don't quote, don't write word for word, right? Restate things in your own words. And it's very good to have a good vocabulary, too. Your own vocabulary is very important, because that shows me that you know how to say things. You know the information, you know how you can say it all over again in a different way. We want to hear your voice. We don't want to see the article, okay? The article, I could read on my own, okay? I don't need you to look at it for me, right? I want to see if you can understand things, you can tell me things, you can summarize things well, okay? I think that should get you started for now. If there are any more issues, we'll cover them later. Okay? Thanks a lot.